Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to the Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Earns on the ones and twos. We got DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in. And as always, you guys can join in via the Sartor Heeman text line, 402-464-5685, as well as Facebook, YouTube, XL Channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. And real quick, we do have Royals on the brick and mortar. That game, I believe 6:40 start. So just starting up here. They got the Tampa Bay Rays, and they are down 2-0 already. Tampa Bay Rays looks like they're getting to the bottom of the second right now. Rays leading it 2-0, and we'll see what happens with that game. As with the weather around here, at least there's a potential for a delay, and if that happens, we'll bring it back live over here. But DeMornay Pierson-El, how's it going on a rainy week here in Lincoln?
Not too bad, Another day, another dollar. Got to get after it.
Yeah, that's the motto right there. It's heating up, obviously, in the sports world right now. We're going to talk some college football, not ESPN. College football 25. Did you play it at all when it came out? DeMornay Pierson-El?
Yeah, I did.
Were you nice with it, or were you pretty bad?
I mean, I was all right. It wasn't too bad.
Are you playing on Hall of Fame, or what's the difficulty here?
The highest level is that Hall of Fame? I think so.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're better than me then. I was breaking controllers. I try to play on Hall of Fame. The amount of picks I throw with a bird's eye view, it's a tough job out there. We'll talk a little bit college football 26 because last year they had the top 25 toughest places to play in college football. Nebraska didn't make the list, so we'll talk about the 26 list. But before we do any of that, the NBA. We'll talk about the draft tomorrow. Today, let's talk about some of the trades that are going on right now. Yesterday, we didn't talk about it. We didn't have enough time, but we'll start with this one. Yesterday, Boston Celtics, they got rid of Anthony Simons for Portland Trailblazers. Or excuse me, the Trailblazers got rid of Anthony Simons. In return, they got Drew Holiday. Also, for a couple of second-round picks that they had to give up. How do you like the Trailblazers grabbing Drew Holiday and the Celtics trading him away?
Out of all people, you let Drew Holiday go?
Seems like one of the most important pieces.
I would think so. I mean, I'm not sure what Boston's position is, but I mean, his experience and what he brings to the table, a two-way player. If everybody's off, he can get things going. He can. I think that's a bad move. You have other pieces that are a question mark, that are a head scratcher, and you actively trade him. I think that's a bad look.
Yeah, I mean, you get a couple second round picks out of it, and that's nice. But I'm with you. That Celtics team became scary when they got Drew Holiday.
For sure. I mean,
they had a lockup guy whenever they needed it. We saw how valuable Lou Dortz was for the Thunder. We saw how valuable even a guy like KCP was for the Nuggets. Like when you find those guards that KCP isn't to that same level of being elite defensively, but he's still solid there. And that's what made the Celtics go. Was they get Drew Holiday, they had a defensive lockdown at that guard position, somebody who can hold their own on the backcourt, the same way the Thunder have it with Lou Dortz. Yeah, I don't get that one at all.
No.
Trailblazers, though. What would you grade for the Trailblazers? Getting rid of a couple second-round picks in Anthony Simons for Holiday.
I couldn't even tell you who's on the Trailblazers. So, I mean, ever since Dame left, you don't hear anything about them. I think them adding Holiday to their team, I think is definitely a win. I'm just not sure necessarily like what they have.
I'll give you a rundown. It's a bunch of young names. Like the real guy they're waiting on is Scoot Henderson. I was super high out of him out of the draft. He just hasn't really had those moments yet. And I mean, it's a young team. They just got rid of Simons, who's arguably one of their best players. You get still looking at guys like Donovan Clingan. DeAndre Ayton's over there. I was unaware that he was currently a Trailblazer. Robert Williams. They got guys like Delano Banton. It's a very
you gotta again. I mean, everybody's copy and pasting. Certain things that other teams are doing or whatnot. You're bringing in a veteran guard to kind of show how things is established to rebuild stuff. So it's a good move for them.
Good move for them. Let's hope. And Bryce McGowan's still on that roster. I'm not sure what his trajectory is in the NBA. Feels like I'm not sure if he's going to get a whole lot of opportunities, but yeah, hopefully, work with Drew Holiday there. I think for the Blazers, you're just kind of moving pieces around. You don't like what you have right now, and you're like
trying to figure it out, trying to make it better.
What the Bulls did, when the Bulls got, Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso, and then they started and DeMar DeRozan, like. I think they knew they weren't going to compete, but it's like, let's just at least be competitive because our fan base
deserves that at least.
Yeah, and it's good just to win. I mean,
it would sell tickets at least.
It's just a winning culture. I don't care what you say. Like that stuff transcends eras. Like you can have one team and that losing of the past generation can still stay within that locker room. And I think that's partially the problem here in Nebraska. You lose long enough, it's embedded within the culture. So I'm okay with sometimes teams making moves just to be competitive, even if it's not winning them a title. So again, a couple second round picks, I'm okay with it. The big trades though that were happening today, June 24th, we have a 3-team trade and then another 2-team trade. We'll start with the smaller one first. We got a Wizards and a Pelicans trade. Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey, 2025 second round pick, are going over to the New Orleans Pelicans. In return, the Wizards get CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick.
I mean, Poole hasn't been the same since he left San Francisco. I mean, they're moved on. They paid all that money for pretty much nothing. I mean, it is what it is. It's trying to wipe the slate clean. That's what that is. You get CJ McCollum again. A veteran guy. I mean, I feel like it's a wash. It's an even trade. It's not anything, overly hyped. Both teams are kind of like, we'll take. We got what we want out of it. So for the Wizards wanted a new start. They have some pieces down in New Orleans that they can figure out and kind of see what all exactly do they have together. So, I mean, Poole needed a new destination because it wasn't Washington.
No, it was terrible at Washington. That whole experiment over there was a disaster. The shout out to the Warriors knowing how to play their cards right. Moved on from him at a time when he still had some a lot of teams wasn't just the Wizards. There's a few teams I think willing to take the flyer on him, and the Wizards can't remember what they all got in return, but it was a nice little shake right there.
I mean, you got Steph and other and Clay surround you, so you didn't have to necessarily be the guy, but you shine at times, and it was the potential. He went to Washington, and you got to be Russell Westbrook something like that. He wasn't bringing the energy, he wasn't scoring, he wasn't dominant. It was not talked about, and so they had to start all over again.
Yeah, his biggest problem is just inconsistency. And we saw that in the Warriors. I think it was the playoffs where he really got a bunch of stock because he had some big time moments.
Yeah.
And then again, consistency. It didn't carry through though. The same thing. Ironically, it's funny that Kyle Kuzma went on that team with him because Kyle Kuzma, very similar arc. Rookie year, his numbers were unreal. Everyone thought Kyle Kuzma was going to be the next greatest sharpshooter big man. And just a fluke. Once the pressure got put on him and he had to take more and more of those shots consistently, you see the numbers start to drop. And that feels like it happened for Jordan Poole. That feels like a wash. I mean, the Wizards got older and more experience with CJ and Kelly. Kelly Olynyk, one of the better underrated centers in the league, who just gets passed around all the time. He's nice. I actually don't mind that. But again, the Wizards, it just feels like you're getting more competitive. You're definitely not going to go chase the title anytime soon. And if you're the Pelicans, you're just getting younger because what you have right now is not working. I give both teams, give them a C. You kind of moved laterally. You helped each other. I'll give them both a B. I think they both kind of helped themselves out a little bit. Nobody lost a lot. Nobody gained a whole lot. Moving on to the big one of today. This one, 3-team trade between the Celtics, Hawks, and Brooklyn Nets. So the Boston Celtics get Niang and a second-round pick. Atlanta Hawks get Kristaps Porzingis and a second pick. Big one. And then the Brooklyn Nets get Terrence Mann and a 2025 first-round pick, 22 spot. So, again, Celtics get a second-round pick and Georges Niang. Hawks get a second-round pick and Kristaps Porzingis. And the Brooklyn Nets get Terrence Mann and a 2025 first-round pick this year, number 22.
I tell you what, Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we about to see, how good of a coach he actually necessarily is. That team was built for him, was handed to him, and I'm not gonna say you didn't have to do much, but it made the job a lot easier. So now you deciding on where to go and who to go to reframe kind of how the Celtics looks and kind of moving forward with things. And I understand, Tatum isn't there or whatnot, but he has a lot of work, cut out for himself. And if they don't kind of shake back or snap back, was it really Mazzulla, or was it just they were that put together by somebody else?
I think it might be the latter. We'll find out, as to your point. And you know what this one reeks of to me is that luxury tax. They didn't want to pay it, not as much as maybe they initially thought with this year's results. Because I mean, Georges Niang, he's fine, but would you rather have Kristaps Porzingis or Niang? And you get a second round pick in it as well. They were moving Porzingis off their payroll.
Regardless.
Yeah, because injury wise too, you're not sure. And again, throughout the playoffs, you just had weird moments where it's like Al Horford was playing better, and you'd rather have Al Horford out there at the 5. And you're paying that much money for Porzingis, and you have those situations. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? And I'm assuming they look at the luxury tax. Which guys can we move on from who have some interest? Porzingis sticks out.
Right. Oh, for sure.
And if you're a team like the Hawks, I will say, how much does this move the needle for the Hawks now? Because I'm kind of
it depends on how healthy you can be.
Let's just assume healthy Kristaps Porzingis.
I think they're competitive. I think they might be one of the they're still going to be in a play-in seed. Him and Trae Young, I like that combination and everything like that. They're still in the 8, 9, maybe 10 position. So I think it makes them a little bit better. You got a championship mentality type of guy. Like I said, if he can stay healthy and whatnot, I think he definitely gives you different avenues to explore and open up the floor a little bit more. But you're going to still need, a few more pieces down there as well. It's just not going to be, overnight success just with Porzingis. I mean, he was great in Boston, but again, he had some other figures on the bench and in the starting role that necessarily made his job a lot easier.
Yeah, they'll be better for sure. I'm willing to almost give up on the Trae Young experiment though. Where are you at with Trae Young and his ceiling to be even an MVP at any point? Is that in his cards, or is it just going to be?
I think if he has the right coach, I think in the right situation and everything like that, he can be willed. He's, I would say, a great value of Devin Booker. I mean, we know what Devin Booker is, so I mean, he would hope to at least to be, half of that, but I mean that's about it.
I would take Devin Booker 99 times out of 100 over Trae Young. I
said great value. Like he's not that. He ain't the name brand.
Yeah, okay. He's the great value, Devin Booker, is what you're saying. Yeah,
he'll get by. You know, it if you close your eyes and look and you know make a wish, it might taste like Frosted Flakes. It ain't gonna be Frosted Flakes, but it'll be close.
Sometimes it looks like it though. You watch Trae Young and he has those moments where you're like, oh my God, that might be Steph Curry. And then he falls back to reality. We're kind of back to him. It's like the same thing that we have with Jordan Poole. You want to be the player that, I mean, I'll just be honest, lacks defensive just care, like does not really put a whole lot of effort there. He's weak there, doesn't really worry too much about fixing that area. And there's only so much you can do, but you're just simply giving up on plays is crazy, especially in the play-in. We saw that like down the stretch for about 3 minutes. They were in the game and he's just unwilling to do anything on defense, making all his guys around rotate. I don't expect you to be elite, but don't make your teammates sacrifice on defense because then you're just bleeding points. And that's the part with him where I'm like, if you don't ever get rid of that part of your game,
the people that might be after you know it will go down. You might soon be moving into a role player position instead of a focal point of an organization.
Exactly. Like you do enough of those games and then you have bad scoring nights on top of it. Then they're like, what are you doing?
Who would you rather have, Poole or Trae Young?
Oh, Trae Young. Poole, I don't trust at all. Young has had moments, he's led that team to an Eastern Conference Finals, and a lot of that was by him. So he's at least had some moments where he's proven it. Poole has done nothing with this team. There's nothing you can point to that says, no, I've had some success. I've had some success there. It's pretty abysmal run. So no, definitely Trae Young over Poole any day. Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see the Hawks with Kristaps Porzingis. I think they make it to the playoffs. I think it's maybe just in or just outside the play-in. That team's not bad. The one thing
are they going to be better than Orlando? I don't think so.
I like Orlando more. I just think you continue to
the only team potentially is the Bucks.
Yeah, and the Bucks are. I feel like they're waiting to make some big splash moves. But
outside of that, I mean, they ain't Indiana. I think Miami is too much of a well-coached organization to where they'll let that fall. So I don't think they're going to beat Miami. I don't think they'll be ahead of Miami, or if they did, it's by one spot. Mm-hmm. And I mean, once you start getting to the top 4 teams, absolutely not. Like, no.
You know what would make that team really, really good? That would make me like look highly on the Hawks, and that they should have really flirted with the Celtics more. Can we get a bundle? Porzingis and Holiday? Now, it'd be hard to convince the Celtics to do that, but if you're able to get both of those guys from the Celtics, you're going to have to give up more picks probably. That team becomes scary. Holiday, Porzingis, is that's always been my problem with Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers is he didn't have the Trae Young problem where he definitely had it at times, just lapses on defense, but they kept giving him like tiny guards to play alongside him. Now, the CJ McCollum one was tough, but after CJ McCollum, you go on the draft and you get an Anthony Simons. You get more young guys that aren't great on defense. So you didn't have anybody in the backcourt that could make up for the weaknesses of Damian Lillard. And that's been the Trae Young standard the entire time. It's like they haven't had an elite 2 guard who plays good defense, who can take those tougher matchups. And it just leads to a lot of switches where they get Trae Young on an island. And that's an easy 2-3 points just about every time, unless you get some help and then they swing it and you got another man open somewhere else. So for them, if they could find another defensive guard, then all of a sudden I like this Hawks team more, but a little bit in the territory of a lot of offense, not a lot of defense. Because even Porzingis defensively isn't the most imposing threat. He's better than average. I wouldn't say necessarily elite rim protector. Final news, and we'll talk about this before we get out of here. Pacers, how worried are we for them next year? Because the Achilles injury, I mean, Halliburton's not going to be back next year either, at least not until the end.
It's a concern. It's definitely something to where, hopefully, the way he plays, I feel like it should be fine. It's not like he's, a Josh Smith, a young Carmelo, a young LeBron, a young DeWitt. Like that. That's not necessarily, his game. So for what he typically does and everything like that, I think he'll still be able to do. He's not necessarily an attacker right off the dribble. Now, can he do it? Yes. He's a transition guy, extra energy guy, grinder type guy. Like you can. I think he could still be. He'll still be fine. It's not like it's you asking him to be a young D Wade in Miami. Out of Marquette and go get that, or Carmelo, early Carmelo. With Denver. That's not his playing style. So. It's a concern just because you want it to heal, right? You don't want to push things and everything like that. But I think he still will be capable to do and play his game.
Yeah, and he's gonna be, luckily for the Pacers, seems like a great teammate. And he seems like the surgery went well. He got that taken care of already. But I mean, you saw it. He was on crutches greeting the guys as soon as they lost the game. Like he's gonna be around. So if you're worried about the spirit and the energy, like he's still going to be very attached to that Pacers squad. The win-losses, they're going to take some hits there, but the team's good enough to hold on. And if they can get to postseason, that's when you start thinking about, is he ready to bring back, but you don't want to pull a Kevin Durant, or you bring him back and he just pops his Achilles again. That'd be a nightmare situation, especially for a player that young. And I know I asked this yesterday, but I cannot help but feel like I've seen more Achilles pops than ever before. Just it feels like finals after NBA finals, we get a superstar popping an Achilles at some point in the playoffs. Because what Tatum tear wasn't his Achilles, was it? Was that an ACL?
This past year?
Tatum this year in this injury, yeah.
Achilles. He popped his Achilles.
Yeah, so I mean, come on. What? And those are young stars. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I would love to just talk to people in the past. I don't ever remember the NBA. Just every playoff run, we got to wait for 1, 2, 3 superstars go through like brutal, not just game-ending injuries. Like we're talking months injuries up to years. So I don't know what that all is, and I couldn't tell you what the source of why this happens. If guys just more athletic now, or it's just the anomaly that it feels like Achilles seem to be popping all the time. But yeah, hopefully Halliburton can get back at some point next season. And the real question is, how good is Siakam going to be? And do you expect a kind of a miracle early season from TJ McConnell? Because in that finals, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Lou Dortz, one of the best defenders in the league, could not stop TJ McConnell. Nobody could stop TJ McConnell for a good, until they got to the third quarter. And then it finally cooled off. But I mean, what do you have? 12 straight points? Maybe more than that. Like TJ McConnell was unreal. Now, do you expect that to continue? If not, who's going to be the stars of this Pacers team while Halliburton's out?
I think it's going to be a collective. A collective group. I don't think just one. It's hard to replicate and replace that unless you have that type of caliber player, like ready to go and everything like that. I mean, clearly, what's the kid that hit like 4 or 5 or 6 threes late in game? Game one.
Was that Mathurin? That might have been.
I think so, but again, him, I think they're gonna have to ask a lot from him from the outside of just scoring to help with that. It messes up your 5, so your rotation with certain stuff and everything like that of who you plug in from this team who still comes back. Do you necessarily draft a future type person to where 2 years down the line you can have him and you can have a 3 and a 2, and then along with the a very savvy guard, and kind of that take the pressure off of Tyrese early on and everything like that. So I think it's going to be a number of people within that organization. It's just not going to be one type of person. But I think the main focus teams will definitely be eyeing and everything like that is slowing down Siakam.
Yeah, I mean Siakam's going to be the guy to stop, and then to your point,
it's going to flow through. The offense is going to flow through him.
And the other thing that makes you feel good about it too is you do got Rick Carlisle still as that head coach. Like I ranted about that yesterday, so I'll go to break before I rant about it again. But the continuity and coaches in the NBA, I mean, it's just musical chairs. You get new coaches that just came from 3 places they just got fired from. So, you make sense of it. Sometimes maybe just having a new voice in the locker room is all teams want, and that's the reasoning, but I've never fully understood it. And by the way, that first game, Obi Toppin, he was really good in that one, 6 of 9, and he was 5 for 8 from the 3-point line overall, and I think a lot of it came pretty late in that game. With that being said, though, we'll throw it the break. Don't go anywhere. We got 2 more segments. We'll talk the NBA Finals ratings, and we'll see how that compared to previous years. So don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour to Marty Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. Talk to you in a bit.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping, structures, and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome in at Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. DeMornay Pierson-El streaming in, and we're going to talk some more NBA Finals, but we're going to talk the numbers behind it. I'll just ask you, DeMornay Pierson-El, how do you think this year's Game 7 went viewership-wise?
In the first half, I think it went down because he got hurt.
It was surprisingly really good, and the averages did not drop nearly as much as you would think. The Game 7 had an average of about 16.35 million people. At peak, it was 19.3. The most watched NBA Finals game since 2000 in the past 7 years, not since 2007, in the past 7 years. So they did well there. Unfortunately, everything before wasn't great. And this has been the problem with the NBA viewership. Up until then, a lot of the games were struggling. The series was about 10 million. Like I said, the peak there was about 16 million. But if you just take that 10 million average, that's down 9% from last year, even though the Game 7 really popped off. Also, the least watched NBA Finals since 2007, excluding the bubble year. So you had the most watched Finals game because it was a Game 7 in the last 7 years, but the viewership of that was also the worst it has ever been since 2007, not counting the bubble year.
Which is crazy because I think those games were very exciting and actually pretty close. Like they were dang good games. Like it wasn't blowouts. Excuse me, it wasn't blowouts. Outside of maybe one game, every game, like it could have, like the Pacers, really felt like that they were in most of the games, and it could trip you up.
Yeah, that's what surprised me as well. Because I could see early on the ratings not being great because so much of the conversation was Thunder are going to roll these guys. Mm-hmm. But then they won Game 1. It's like, okay, like right off the bat, you knew what everyone's been saying is not true. The Pacers are either A, better than everyone's saying, or the Thunder are worse than everybody's saying. Either way, the Thunder were beatable, and that wasn't in a lot of people's minds, even mine, heading into it. So then I think it builds up, and you get to that Game 7. When was the last Game 7 NBA Finals as well? That could be part of it. I mean, we don't know. We don't normally get a lot of Game 7s in the actual finals itself. So that's going to help, give you that rating.
What was it? Was it the Warriors and LeBron?
I think you have to go that far back to get to an actual Game 7. That's the only one.
I don't think any the Denver Nuggets ones. I don't think that was a Game 7. I think that was a Game 6.
That was Game 6.
The Celtics run. No, it wasn't. I think it might be Steph, LeBron's last time in Cleveland. I think.
Yeah, I'm going all the way back. I think
I'm gonna say I don't think Toronto was a Game 7.
You have to go back to Warriors in Cleveland. So that makes sense a lot with it being the most popular Game 7 or the most popular finals game in the past 7 years. You finally got one. So yeah, that would definitely add up there. So you do have to go all the way back to Warriors reverse sweep to get to that game 7, which is kind of surprising that you haven't had a lot of that. But with that being said, just viewership wise, like, is the NBA getting to a point where they're gonna have to really worry about what their product is becoming, or because the viewership is declining, like regular season and postseason?
I think so, unless like the only your superstars are always gonna draw a crowd. People are always gonna tune into them. That's why you see a lot of those games in the primetime games. So that's Steph, that's LeBron, Jokic. Shea can be thrown into that conversation now and every day like that. I think New York will probably get a lot more games. I think if they call how they called the playoffs this year in the regular season, I think a lot more people will actually pay more attention into it. But outside of the playoffs, because I feel like this year was probably one of the best years where I felt like it was competitive. They let things go during the season. Like, it gets uninterested. It looks soft. It looks watered down. So they're definitely gonna have to, this offseason step some things up. And every offseason of any organization, NBA, MLB, basketball, even boxing, once the season is over and everything like that, they come back to it. How can we make things better? For instance, the whole Gervonta Davis, taking a knee and everything, that was a big thing. They came out, they clear with it, make sure that it doesn't necessarily happen again. Mm-hmm. Every year in football, they add some type of rule. Being the biggest one with both in overtime, both in the playoffs, both teams will get a chance to have a ball. So I think this is one of the things to where they're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to let them play. Let them play out and be a little bit more tough than what we have been calling.
Okay, and then final thing I got for you, and then we'll switch over to Husker football and college football 25 or 26, excuse me. Is the lack of parity by chance hurting viewership? Because if we just go by NBA Finals winners, you go starting in the 80s, it's Lakers, Sixers, Celtics, but then it's pretty much you're in that Lakers, Boston, they're competing constantly. Then you get to 89 through 93, and it's Pistons, Bulls going back and forth. And then it's the Rockets, then it's back to the Bulls, 3 straight. Then you get the San Antonio Spurs and Los Angeles Lakers era. They're going back and forth. Then you're back to the Spurs and the Pistons, and then you get Lakers, Heat.
I think that the crazy thing about that is like the West has during the playoffs, the West can make that for the next 2 or 3 years. Like every series will be a pretty good series. So I wouldn't say no on. I don't think.
Like these are the people that won the finals, because this is what I'm saying. When we get to this last 5 years, like we just got done with the Golden State versus Cavs back and forth, where Golden State won 3, the Cavs got 1. Then the Raptors got 1. Then it was the Lakers. Then it was the Bucks. Then it was the Warriors. Then it was the Nuggets. Then it was the Celtics. Now it's OKC. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like the parity is gone every year. The past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a row of having a different champion. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I
don't think it's bad, because I mean a lot of different organizations are showing the will to draft well, the will to coach well. And the players, are stepping up and everything like that. It truly makes it not an easy thing. It's like, yeah, you had a good solid year or whatnot. Now try and follow it up. Like that's the new goal. So I won't say no, but that what you're looking for, I think is in the West alone. You know what I mean? So like the climb to get to the finals and everything like that typically has been better than the actual finals game. I think the East needs to carry their weight a lot more with, having better teams or stronger teams or more competitive teams. And I think that will make things, a lot better. But, it's not easy winning a championship. I mean, LeBron was winning one because, he was a different beast in his own. The Warriors were winning one because, they were a different beast in their own, a little bit of the old school and new school mixed in. So I don't think so.
Am I shoehorning this one in there if I say like this is a kind of a result of what I think is the super mobile player era, where no longer do you just have teams that organically produce. Like every year, I mean, we just went through the trades, and like we aren't even like
I feel like every 3 years, like a big trade, like a huge trade, eye-popping trade happens.
Now it's every year. It's kind of where I'm like, it's just every year superstars. Like
who was a big trade last year?
Last year, I mean, Damian Lillard over to the Bucks was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
There were some other ones in there that I'm sure I'm blanking on right now, but even this year we had Luka in the middle of the season and Kevin Durant when he got traded. Like people they were surprised, but they weren't jaws hitting the floor. Everyone was like, "Yeah, well, of course he was going to move. That's just what you do today." It's just and I think part of that is I'm not saying this is the player's fault, but I think that is probably a good reason why the parity is not there anymore. Superstars.
It has some correlation.
Yeah, some correlation. Yeah, we'll just call it that and put on the scientist analysis right there. There's some correlation there. I won't give you the graph, but I assuming there is some. All right, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit college football here, and then we'll throw it to break. The morning Pierson-El, I'll just ask you this first. Do you think college football 26 put Nebraska in there in their top 25 toughest places to play?
No,
they didn't. You guessed that too easily. We'll talk about the teams that did get put in there that aren't Nebraska. Nebraska's out 2 years in a row, despite people like the Heisman winner Travis Hunter saying that's the toughest place I've ever played in. I guess that doesn't add a whole lot when they're making these lists. We'll talk about that next. Don't go anywhere. Don't punt hour to Marty Pierson-El, Harrison Arns.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping structures and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer. Usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Don't Punt Hour, final segment with DeMornay Pierson-El, the host, as always, streaming in. And we're going to wrap up with what I hope to be somewhat of a fun reaction here. Every year we do this. I know Brewington goes off the rails last year, seeing some of the teams that are on this list and Nebraska not being on there. But we'll start. College football 26. Obviously, for those who are familiar, the college football game, it's back. Very popular. People love it. And they put their own analytics on what they consider the toughest places in college football to be. Number one. And do you have the list in front of you by chance?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'll just tell you. You tell me when Nebraska should be there, not this team, or if you would not even have them anywhere near that spot. Number one, Tiger Stadium, LSU.
Okay.
2, Penn State, Beaver Stadium.
Okay.
Number 3, Ohio State.
Okay.
Ohio Stadium 2. It's just called Ohio Stadium. Georgia, Stanford Stadium at 4.
Stanford?
Georgia. It's called the Stanford Stadium.
Oh, okay. I was a whole damn take them out.
Sycamore's not that good.
The Bulldogs. Got you. Okay. Okay.
Bulldogs. Yep. At number 5, Bama, still in there with their Bryant-Denny Stadium. Number 6, Memorial Stadium. Can you guess which one?
Damn, that one.
Clemson. Clemson's Memorial Stadium.
Okay, that's okay.
I can like, turn the other cheek with this one. It's not going to hurt my soul. Like we keep going down the.
It's not hurting my soul, but I'm like y'all are starting to play around. But okay.
Oh, they really start to play around. Number 7, Florida.
Okay, I would have put Florida before Clemson.
I would have too. Number 8, Oklahoma.
No.
Number 9, I hate this stadium. Good morning, Pierson-El. It got so much credit for nothing. I shouldn't say that. Beautiful stadium. 54,000 people. Toughest place to play.
If you say Indiana.
Oregon. Autzen Stadium.
No.
I don't get the love for Oregon.
To me, Oregon was not loud at all.
It's
a very small stadium. It's very, very close. It's iconic because it's Nike. It's iconic because it's Oregon and the jerseys and whatnot. But no, that did not make my head ring. It did not make my head shake. No.
I agree.
Iowa is louder than that. Iowa is more hostile than that.
100%. There's a lot of teams that are more hostile than. If you want to make a list of the top 25 prettiest stadiums, Autzen's probably in there. Beautiful stadium. It is not the most intimidating place to play. No. Not a top 10. I'm not buying it.
You didn't even say A&M Stadium. Like stop.
Yeah, we'll get there. Number 10, the Brick House, Michigan, all the way at 10. Thought that was kind of a slap in the face to those guys. Definitely.
If they were winning, yeah, but I mean, they went sliding down the backyard. Like, no, like I understand it's a blue chip, no. Like,
where am I at here? Number 11, we do get to Kyle Field, Texas A&M. 12, Tennessee, the Vols.
Tennessee, the orange lighting. I like Tennessee. I think Tennessee should have been higher.
I agree with them. I'm okay with Tennessee, at least top 15 for sure. Number 13, Texas. Number 15, Camp Randall Stadium, Wisconsin. I'd be more okay with it if the last few years Camp Randall hasn't been the same. That's I got a slight problem with it up there.
No, when they were winning 10 plus games, it different atmosphere. The jump around was crazy. It doesn't have, it's lost its luster a little bit.
Yeah, and then that's the same thing that supposedly why Nebraska isn't on this list, but Nebraska still fills it out every time. Just saying, but we'll keep going here. We're at Texas. Excuse me. I forgot Florida State. Florida State's actually at 14. Wisconsin's at 15. I think Florida State belongs. I'm okay with them being a top 15. 16, South Carolina, Williams-Brice Stadium.
I think it gets jumping. Like night games down there against a rival opponent. Like you've seen some magic in the air down there. It could be pushed back a little bit, but I think we're on that level. Like we're surpassed them.
Yep. All right. Moving on here. Auburn. Auburn feels like an electric environment. I can tell you.
Well, only when they play Alabama.
Yeah,
it's good. And Cam Newton was playing.
It's a really good point. We got another Big Ten school, 18, Washington Huskies.
No.
Okay with,
No, not better than us. No,
not better than us, but like I'm okay with them being on the list. There's plenty of other
as a Big Ten school, like I mean, you might as well go ahead and give it to UCLA because they got the grandfather of them all. If you're giving out awards, you get a participation award. You get a No.
All right. Well, they're in there nonetheless. Washington, 18. Number 19, another Big Ten team. Can you guess it?
Indiana.
You shouted them out very
Illinois?
early. Nope.
I don't know.
Do the wave.
Okay, Iowa.
Yep, Kinnick Stadium, Iowa, all the way at 19 there. 20, Utah. I'm okay with Utah's being here.
Utah, it's hard to play there. The air up there.
And that place pops off.
But a night game, yes. Utah is an exciting environment.
Okay, I like that one. 21, Notre Dame. 23, or excuse me, 22, NC State. Carter Finley Stadium.
No.
Okay. 23,
God, no.
23, Oklahoma State.
I've seen Oklahoma State get rowdy. They've been they haven't had as much success as of recent. I still think that's a small stadium. I like the environment. It's okay, but top 25, it's kind of that's a head scratcher.
All right, number 24, last Big Ten team on the list, and it's not Nebraska. You want to take a swing at it?
Illinois.
Nope.
I don't know.
Terrapins, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. It's Michigan State. It's the Woodhouse.
I was about to. No.
Yeah, if it was the Terrapins, I wouldn't even read this.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Michigan State's stadium. I definitely think if they are on the rise and starts winning and everything like that, it can get pretty hostile in there. That's one of my favorite venues to play in the Big Ten. Actually,
I agree with you. I do got a soft spot for Michigan State's football atmosphere.
Yeah.
I don't know. And this is just going to be biased too, but because we've had some really exciting games with Michigan State, but their fans, I don't know. Anytime I watch Michigan State, like it seems like an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah.
And that place gets packed, and it can be a morning game, middle of the day game, or night game. And that's kind of how I really like to look at the teams. Like any college football program can sell out a night game. That's not that hard to do. It's what can you do when you get the 11 a.m. slate? Can you fill that place up? If you can't, then to me, you're not a top 25 team. If you could go back in this list and insert Nebraska, where would you slot them? 1 through 5, 1 through 10. Where's the
I think Oregon needs to be out of there completely.
I agree.
Honestly, I would say at least top 12.
I would think, yes.
Like the fact that Tennessee is out of the top 10, that's a bit concerning because it's like who's actually making this list. So because I think you said what Tennessee is at 11.
Tennessee is 12 and Autzen is 9.
Oregon doesn't need to be. Who's at 10?
Michigan.
I would take those two out. Michigan will still be, I think, in the top 12, and we would definitely be in the top 12.
I think so too.
I don't know what people are looking at and what they describe as, but from any top team that has come to play here over the years, regardless, they've always said how loud it is, how dangerous, and the atmosphere is crazy, whether it's a night game, whether that's a morning game, so it's not, and I don't know if you're going at just these are, the top 25, programs in the last 7-8 years that have just been winning, and you're rewarding them because you think it's hard because they've won at least 8 games, just about everybody.
But then you wouldn't get Michigan State in there because Michigan State necessarily hasn't been. They're in a rough patch, and like teams like
them in Washington. At Washington, I know a couple years ago, but other than that,
well, NC State 22 is no disrespect to NC State, but if it's about winning, like kinda. But they wouldn't really put them in there. I'm not entirely sure what goes into this list,
the people that make this list needs to go around and experience, some of these atmospheres, and then not just making, a biased judgment.
Yeah, just get actual input from the players and don't ask them about their school. Ask them about actual other opposing schools, but. Yeah, there's a list. 2 years in a row. I thought it was interesting. I thought Nebraska would actually make it on this year, but they did not. So, nonetheless, that is going to wrap up the Dope Punt Hour. Me and DeMornay will talk again tomorrow. Up next, me, Jackson Kleinschmidt. We'll take another hour here while the Royals are still on the brick and mortar. DeMornay, Pierson-El. Appreciate it as always. Talk to you again tomorrow.